Hey, it's Scotty. So how do you know what's the right medicine for your sick guinea pig? Well, I get this message a lot, so let's break it down and try to figure out exactly how you know what the right medicine is for your guinea pig, or if your vet gave you the right medicine or something that's appropriate. I get this message so much at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue where I volunteer, but also through emails. And if you want to email me a question, you can do so through the contact page on my website. There's a link in the description, and I'll just put that URL right here. So how do you know what's the right medicine for your guinea pigs? Well, you've got to know what's wrong with your piggies. And most people, they think about what's wrong with their piggies in terms of symptoms. But symptoms are really, they are signs, they are evidence of some kind of illness. And medicine, although it seems to alleviate symptoms, really what you're trying to do is treat and cure the illness. So you don't want to just think in terms of symptoms, but you actually want to think in terms of diagnosis. What is the diagnosis based on these symptoms? And then you create a plan of action that will allow you to treat the illness, cure the illness, and then those symptoms will go away. Right, BB? BB does not want to hang out. It's time for him to go to bed, right? So how do you know what's the right medicine for your sick guinea pig? Well, the right medicine is the medicine that treats the illness. A common type of illness is an infection, like a bacterial infection. And oftentimes those manifest as a respiratory infection or an abscess, or there's a number of type of infections that could be bacterial, but not all bacteria are the same. So oftentimes what a vet will do is they might prescribe a broad antibiotic, something that is broad spectrum that could treat a number of different types of bacteria. But sometimes those antibiotics don't work. And it doesn't mean that there is some kind of antibiotic resistant strain of bacteria that's going to infect all of your guinea pigs and you and cause some kind of zombie apocalypse. But actually, maybe you're just using the wrong medicine for the job. So what they will do is often they will take a culture and they will see what bacteria do you actually have so that they can give you an antibiotic that is appropriate for that specific bacteria, that specific illness. And it's not uncommon in guinea pigs and other animals and people too, that you try something and it doesn't work, and so then you try something else or you do some further testing to investigate. Now, oftentimes when it comes to a respiratory infection specifically, guinea pigs will be given either Baytril or Bactrim or something like that. But if they are resistant to that, then they might be given something like azithromycin or doxycycline, which is a more broad spectrum. And if that doesn't work, then maybe they will do a culture and they will try to determine, well, what exactly is this bacteria that is causing the illness? So don't give up. Obviously, if it doesn't work, then it just means that maybe they haven't figured out what the exact infection is, right? So is Baytril, is Bactrim the right medicine? Well, it depends on what the illness is. So that's what I'm trying to get at with this video, is that you need to know what the illness is, what is causing the illness, in order to treat it with the right medicine. Another example is heart disease. Now, heart disease can have different symptoms and it can have different aspects of that condition. So some of the symptoms could be labored breathing, or they could be cold feet or pale feet, okay? Or they could also be a sound of gurgling, some kind of fluid sound in the lungs, a crackling possibly. All of these are different symptoms of heart disease, And heart disease itself can manifest in different ways. So for instance, Lasix, which is furosemide, it is a diuretic, and that diuretic is designed to remove fluid from the lungs. And so if your guinea pig doesn't have fluid in the lungs, then it might not be something that's needed to treat their particular manifestation of heart disease. Another way that heart disease can show itself is if your guinea pigs have pale feet or cold feet. Now, guinea pigs obviously have different skin colors, but especially guinea pigs with paler skin, if their feet don't have that pinkish color or if they're maybe cold, that could be a sign of poor circulation. The same thing might be the case in their ears. So, or you might actually see that their ears are crumbling because they're not getting the proper blood flow and circulation to those tips of their ears. Now, I did an entire in-depth heart disease video. I'll put that right here, but that reminds me, I have an entire illness playlist and an entire illness section in the free guinea pig care guide on my website. And of course, all of those links are in the description of all of my videos. And if you go to my website, then you can navigate to the care guide and to the illness section. But let's get back to heart disease. So, and the medications that we would treat. In a case of poor circulation, that might indicate that the heart is not pumping properly. Benazepril, or Lotensin as it's called, can be used for poor circulation and to increase the heart's efficiency. Now, some guinea pigs' heart disease manifests itself as an enlarged heart, and pimobendan or vetmedin, that is a medicine that can actually reduce the size of the heart and bring it back to a normal size. So if you said, my guinea pig has heart disease, what's the right medicine? Then you would say, well, what are the symptoms? Or conversely, if you say, my guinea pig is making a hooting, breathing sound, or my guinea pig is lethargic, they are not as active as they used to be, all of these could be signs of heart disease. You can't just give a guinea pig or anybody medicine without knowing what the actual illness is. And so that's why it's really important to not only understand about common illnesses and what those symptoms are, but to be able to identify the actual illness so that it can be treated properly. So when you ask yourself, did my vet give me the appropriate medicine, the right medicine? Well, the right medicine is the medicine that is appropriate for that illness. I made another video called The Most Important Thing to Get at the Vet, or What You Should Never Leave the Vet Without. And I'll put that video right here. And it's all about how when you go to the vet, you've got to leave with an understanding. You're paying your hard-earned money at the vet. You can't just leave without understanding what's wrong with your piggy. And your vet should be more than happy to explain all of that. Now, on my website, I also have a worldwide vet list, so I hope you will check that out. There's a link to it right here, and check out this video. And I hope this helped. I hope this cleared things up a little bit. Until next time, thanks for watching.